And boy, has it been a while since I played a game. I know I keep saying this, and I know I keep promising to make a suitable schedule and um just a suitable schedule that I'm gonna be live streaming any games that I'm gonna be playing at the time. But today is kind of just a mess around kind of day. Here I am playing Assassin's Creed. Haven't played it in a little while actually. I have not played it as much as I'd like to. Uh, I'm not really gonna get into like missions and stuff. I'm just gonna run around and free roam. So, but anyways, to those of you who are new to my live streams, well, to those of you who already subscribed to my channel, I'm gonna probably start making just random videos like topics at a day, and I don't know, just because I'm boring like that. And I'll have my like comments posted up, and I'll even answer a couple of questions you guys have, or I'll discuss topics you want me to discuss. And I got a whole bunch of ideas coming up, so if you stay subscribed to my channel, you'll know ahead of time what's gonna go on in the next couple of days. But here I am. Here's Arno, my assassin. So anyway, guys, I know I haven't been on in a while. I know it's been quite some time since I played a game and actually live streamed. Anyways.
Oh no.
Hello, how you doing? But yeah, I'm just gonna like free roam today. Just got out of work. Not really looking forward to like doing any missions, but if I do, it'll probably be like the little stupid catch the thief thing and all that other stuff. But before I do that, I'm gonna show you guys my character here. If it loads. Alright, so we're out of the lair, and let's take a look here. Equipment. Not really liking the red. You know, I kind of like the red. Although I like the green too. Yeah, I'm doing the green. I'm going with the green. I gotta buy it? Hell yeah, I'm buying it. Alright, so we switch that. Let's get out of here and start the free roam. Well, guys, I know it's gonna be like a really boring video for you guys to watch. Just kind of bear with me on this. So anyways, yeah. So like I said before, I'm probably gonna do like topics of the day and see what happens. See if it just like see if it just helps out my views a little bit. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But there's something only... I don't want to go in the training room. Something only time will tell. But, as I said, topics of the day. There is something that I want to discuss really bad. While I'm playing the game, I'm just going to break it down for you. And it's simply... Now, I know you guys don't know me that much. I know you don't know my name, but we're going to keep it that way. You don't know my age. It's 21, about to be 22 in a couple of months. So, but yeah, I work full time at a restaurant. Yes, guys, at a restaurant. Uh, it was not my ideal situation at all. Not at all. But it was the only job that I actually liked at the time. And it made more money than my second job that I had. I did work at a grocery store for a while, in the grocery department, just putting up products and making sure the UPCs match the freaking, yeah, all that boring stuff. However, I worked at the supermarket. I was making roughly around, like, I gotta say, like 200 a week, maybe, if that. If I was lucky, I might have gotten like a $100 check. If I was lucky, I would have gotten like 200, which is usually what it ended up to being. But so I worked there for a couple of months when I was like, I want to say I was probably around 18. Yeah, I was 18 because I started going to college at that time. So, yeah, I started going to college at that time, and it was my first job. Well, it was my second job, really. I don't count my first job as my first job. Working at iParty was not the funnest thing in the world. I worked for my uncle for a while, and it sucked. But back on topic. So I worked at the supermarket for well over like 3 or 4 months, and I was making decent money for a teenager, I guess. Pretty decent money for a teenager. I didn't really need money for anything, and but yeah, so it was a good job to have. It was close to school. You know. Alright, am I getting... Yeah, I'm getting the story mixed up here. I started working at every teenager's nightmares. At every teenager's nightmare. IHOP. Yep. That is where I work now. Still to this day. So I've worked at IHOP since then, and then I found the grocery store job. I worked at the grocery store for well over, I want to say, like probably like 4, 5, or 6 months, somewhere around there. I'm not really sure, but I worked there for quite some time, and then they just decided, oh, you know what, guys, we're gonna lay off a few of you guys. So they kept all the they kept to seniority. So if you worked there for years, you would definitely stay in there. Me and a couple of my friends that I worked with, we got laid off. So yeah, I know I'm getting really off topic with this story now, but it's a good little background. So then I just decided that I was just gonna go back to IHOP. Just go back to IHOP. Why not, right? So yeah, I went back to IHOP after getting laid off, and so I'm kind of I'm trying to put this in chronological order here for you guys, but it's not working. So, my first. All right. You know what? Let me give you a brief summary now, and I promise it'll be quick. I started working at IHOP. I quit there just so I could work at the supermarket, which was close to school. And then the supermarket laid me off, so I went back to IHOP. And from there, I was a food runner. And then I went to being a server, and then a crew chief, which is basically like a supervisor slash waiter. I can still take tables while supervising the restaurant. So I've been doing that ever since like 2014, like late 2014. So long story short, today's topic is going to be about tipping. Okay? Now, I know most of you guys, if you have horrible service, you tip according to the service that you get. I get that. However, I do not get how people can go out and just leave nothing. Nothing. Someone can go out to eat and actually leave the exact amount of change of a check. Which, it absolutely annoys me. I don't know why, but it just... It's like saying, oh, you know what, go screw yourself. But in the end, like, what people don't realize is, waiters and waitresses, or servers, in other words, we don't make minimum wage. So, for those of you who think that, you're wrong. We make below minimum wage, and I'm talking way below minimum wage. Minimum wage where I am is, I think, at $10 or $9, depending on where you work. And I think it might be $10, but anyways, so $10. Sorry guys, I had to take a break because my dog was acting up. So minimum wage here is $10 an hour, I think, $10 or $9 an hour. And servers, well, where I work, we all make the same amount. Actually, I don't. I make $1 more just because I'm a supervisor. So, in other words, servers, we only make, I want to say $2 and, yeah, it's $2 and 40 something cents, somewhere around there. We don't make near $3 an hour, which is absolutely ridiculous. Why? I don't know. So, in the end, people don't realize that we don't make minimum wage. When you go out to eat, okay, you get a server who looks a little run down. He doesn't, or he or she doesn't want to be at work anymore, and you know, they just want to go home and relax or whatever. I get that, because mainly that's what I want to do. I don't want to be stuck at work all day. I mean, the weather's nice now, and the weather's really nice now, actually. And people just want to be out and at the beach or somewhere away from here. So, somewhere away from their house, I should say. So, anyways, and Assassin's Creed has me like thinking about all other things here. So now I forgot where I was. So yeah, the server looks run down. They just want to go home. They don't want to be at work anymore and make money. I get that, just because I am a server. And actually, true story, last night, alright, I was at work. I worked from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. the next morning. Boy, was that fun. Usually on Tuesdays I pull a double, so I like the doubles though. So somewhere around like, I think it was probably like 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, because I worked the late night shift. It was probably 3 o'clock in the morning. From 6 to 3 o'clock in the morning, I think I have made enough money to last me like 2 weeks, if that. Maybe it'll last me 3 weeks, because I don't spend that much really. I live with my parents, and it just doesn't faze me to buy things. The only thing I will buy is probably like I don't know, deodorant for myself and shampoo and all that. I might buy my own food from time to time, but usually my parents usually supply the food for me. But yeah. So I live at home, and it occurs to me that I don't really need this. I don't feel the need to spend money at all. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm thinking, what are people still doing out at this time? Well, I mean, I get the fact that some people they can't sleep, so they figure, you know what, go to IHOP, eat a little something, and go home, go back to sleep. But it just gets to the point where if someone's like, people are just coming in and coming in and coming in, party after party. You get the parties of 2 and 3 and 4, and then the occasional 11, like usually I get. Other servers don't like parties like that because they don't, I don't know, they just don't like big parties. I don't mind it anyway. So I take them, and yeah, I make my money. But I don't always do it with a smile. Which is why my tips are kind of crappy sometimes, but 90% of the time they're not that bad. So yeah. So but I make decent money. It's not like I don't smile at them. It's not like I'm not nice. I mean, I am nice. If you push me too far to the edge, well, brother, you gotta come in, because I could be a real asshole, and I've displayed that assholeness a few times, and I've gotten in trouble plenty of times for it too. So yeah, I've gotten in trouble for it. And I don't know, people, when they piss me off, when people really piss me off, and I say something or I do something, I look at them a certain way, they don't seem to come back, which is fine with me, because once you piss me off, it's just the end of the line. Because I really have given up on being nice to you. I get the fact that I work with drunk people, but you know what? Even when I'm drunk, I'm still freaking nice as hell, okay? I'm not a mean, egotistical prick like some people. So, if you're gonna be rude, if you're gonna be mean, if you're gonna like not even leave a tip, which really gets me mad, just don't bother coming out to eat. Like seriously, I just want to like. I just want this to go in every person's head. But now, let me give you a rundown. Just a little rundown. Different scenarios. So, alright. You have the person who doesn't want to be there. Okay, that's all well and good. They don't want to be there. They show it on their face, their walk, their talk. They just giving up on the day. Okay. Well, I can see why you don't tip or you undertip them. Alright? It's acceptable. Even when I'm pretty like run down and I don't feel like working anymore, I get the tips that I think I deserve, because I've showed it in my expressions how I do not want to be there. And I'm okay with it. I really don't care. Just because I'm making a little bit of money doesn't mean it doesn't add up. So then you have the nice person, okay? The person who's always smiling, the person who's always like, can I get you more of something, or do you need anything else every other 2 minutes? Which is me, I want to say 98% of the time.
Play by our rules or die.
So, oh god, this game got me too interested, and I died. Then you get the nice person who's always, you know, doing things for the table that they should be doing in the quickest possible manner ever, with a smile. And then you realize, after that table leaves and you have to clean up that mess, you look down at the table and you see nothing, or a credit receipt with a $0 tip. See, that is what makes a server mad. Okay? It makes the server really, really mad. It's ridiculous how many people can actually go out to eat at a chain restaurant or a regular restaurant, any kind of restaurant. It's funny how they can just leave without giving you a tip. I mean, for Christ's sakes, we served you hand and foot. Leave $1. I mean, I know it's not 20%, I know it's not even 18% of the check, but leave a tip. It's only right. I mean, put yourself in our shoes. Would you want a tip, or would you not want a tip? But, and then like I said, that's what makes us mean. We don't get tipped, so we're pissed off. I know that if you don't get tipped from one table, it makes up from another table, but I mean, it could happen. Like to me, sometimes when I'm working, I'll have one no tip, and then another no tip, and then a tip, and then no tip, no tip, tip. That happens to me just because of where I work. But I mean, it's ridiculous how many people can actually go out and not even tip a server. What was I gonna say? Sorry, had to yawn. But what really gets me, this is the type of server that I actually love. when the server gets a big party, okay? Let's say it's a party at 9. And they order at least $124 worth of food. Do you think you should leave a tip? Because I do.
Get him!
So, anyways, like I was saying before, you have a $124 check, and you get to the table, like I said before, you find nothing on the table as a tip. Okay, so you're telling me I just wasted my time to serve you hand and foot, and you're gonna walk out on a check like that? Really? That's what really gets me. I love that. I love that. It's kind of like what happens to me in other servers. Like, if we get like $124 worth of food ordered, the person will usually leave like a $5 tip. I mean, at least it's something. I still get mad, but I mean, at least it's something, right? But it's not even the fact that they don't want a tip, it's that they don't see the need to, which is ridiculous. If you're going out to eat, it's only right. Tip your server. I mean, you make money for a reason. I mean, tips is what we live off of. That's how we make our living. And it's really frustrating when we have like no tippers, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, I try to make people happy. I serve them food, and then the best they can do is $5 on a $124 check. It's ridiculous. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of my endless tirade, rant, whatever you want to call it. And I'm gonna get off for the day. I'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry. I'm gonna keep up with that promise. And yeah. So see you guys tomorrow.